Good afternoon. I'm Mike Brooks. Here are your trending stories in Green Country. The Oklahoma Department of Public Safety has been granted its last Real ID extension. According to the agency, the Department of Homeland Security granted the extension through September 18th of 2020. The federal government says it will recognize Oklahoma driver's licenses and ID cards for those flying and entering federal facilities until that date. Governor Kevin Stitt says this will be the final extension for our state. Oklahoma will start issuing real IDs on April 30th of 2020. Early voting is underway for a $110 million school bond in Muskogee. The superintendent says if voters approve the bond, improvements would come to every school. This bond would also increase security to every school by requiring visitors to check in before gaining access to classrooms. But property taxes will increase if the bond passes. A former female inmate at the Tulsa County Jail who says she was raped in 1997 continues her fight for justice. Pamela Smith hopes to bring awareness to what she calls a broken system. She's holding a press conference this afternoon to discuss her appeal and her time at the Tulsa County Corrections Center. Smith says she's calling on Governor Stitt to pursue an outside federal prosecution to criminally investigate the matter that she says happened nearly 25 years ago. You have another opportunity today. Give input on how you think Tulsa Public Schools should cut $20 million from its budget. There is a meeting tonight at Memorial High School from 5:30 to 8. This is part of the series of 11 meetings to gather suggestions and input from the community. After all of the meetings, the district will make a budget plan and then send it to the school board to see if it can get approved.
All right, well, we are looking at those cooler conditions here across the area. Those showers staying to our north. We're going to watch for those showers to dissipate. Things look to stay dry for us here. And you just have some breaks in the clouds throughout the day here today as well. As we make our way into tomorrow morning, those temps will be cooler. We'll wake up tomorrow at about 57 degrees. Throughout the day tomorrow, about 20% chance for some rain. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy skies with that north wind continuing. And highs getting up to about 74 degrees here in the Tulsa area. Still some low 80s expected for us tomorrow afternoon down towards the southeast. Now, as we head into Friday night and then into Saturday, we'll see an increased chance for rain. This model's bringing in those rain showers closer to 10 a.m. I think it'll be a little bit later past lunchtime that we will see some showers and possibly a few thunderstorms as well as another cool front moves through. Before that happens, though, highs on Saturday will be reaching up into the lower 80s. So it is going to briefly warm up for us on Saturday before cooling back down then after that front passes Sunday's high, only 66 degrees.
Kirsten, thank you. Keep up with today's news on our app and website. And, of course, look for live coverage during 5 and 6 tonight. We'll see you soon.
Now, Two Works For You Sports, sponsored by your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into sports. Corey Taylor is one of the many running backs that the Tulsa Golden Hurricane offense runs through, and head coach Philip Montgomery has Taylor producing on the field, but off the field, he's producing on his own. Take a look.
Behind Miller, and there it goes, right in, touchdown! Corey Taylor!
Most people know Corey Taylor because of what he does on a football field, running over dudes and scoring touchdowns. He did that 11 times last year. But when he's not entertaining Golden Hurricane fans, you can find number 24 here in the studio producing music.
The musical roots really started just as a kid. My parents had a church growing up, so me and my sisters, we sang in the choir, and then it led to me falling in love with playing the drums, and we just contributed however we could, and that really triggered my love for music.
And after teaching himself the guitar, he turned all that knowledge into a passion for producing art.
Yeah, it's helped me a ton. I think, not just with football, with everything, it's just an opportunity for me to get away. And when I'm like frustrated or I feel like I got a lot going on, I'll just pick up the instrument and have fun.
What's your favorite part about working with other people?
Just the collaboration, being able to feedback on each other's ideas. I think other people have a lot of great ideas, and sometimes they're scared to express them, so I like kind of unlocking that for them.
Time heals all places.
And as for his musical inspiration,
I'm a huge Kanye West fan. I think what he's contributed to music is pretty undeniable.
And a future in the music business?
It's definitely something I want to pursue full time eventually. I kind of have all these things that I want to do, so it's just one of those kind of avenues I want to go down, but it's nothing that I really care to just monetize or get money from or anything like that. It's just something I use to get away and express myself there.
I'm Erin Conrad from Two Works for You. Here are today's top stories. The Oklahoma Department of Public Safety has been granted its last Real ID extension. According to the agency, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security granted the extension through September 18th of 2020. The federal government says it will recognize Oklahoma driver's licenses and ID cards for those flying and entering federal facilities until that date. Governor Kevin Stitt says this will be the final extension for Oklahoma. Oklahoma will start issuing real IDs April 30th of 2020. And Broken Arrow police are investigating after an early morning home invasion and shooting. Authorities tell us it happened just after 5 at a home near East 121st Street and South Elm Place. Officers say the door was kicked in and shots were fired inside the home. They say luckily no one was hurt. Police believe there were at least 2 suspects involved, but do not have a description of them at this time. And residents in McAllister are still being advised to boil their water following a major water line break there. Earlier this week, we told you how a 12-inch break was discovered near Taylor Industrial Park. After approving $50,000 in emergency repairs, city crews were able to fix that break, but the town is still under a precautionary boil advisory until tests show that the water is completely safe to drink. Now let's get a check of that forecast with meteorologist Brandon Woolley.
Good afternoon, Aaron, and good afternoon, everyone. Sun breaks for today. The daytime high right around 70. North winds between about 10 and 15 miles per hour. The warmest temperatures well to the south. Maybe a few isolated showers developing for far southeast Oklahoma this afternoon. Then tonight through tomorrow morning, look at that morning low. 57 degrees, partly cloudy skies, still those north winds. Your latest 10-day forecast, mid-70s tomorrow, 80 on Saturday. More showers and storms Saturday afternoon through Sunday, and then cooler on Sunday behind our secondary front, mid-60s, lower 70s for highs next week. Aaron?
All right, thanks, Brandon. That was a look at our digital update. Keep checking back for updates all throughout the day. I'm Erin Conrad. Two Works for You.
Good morning. I'm Travis Guillory.
And I'm Corey Duke, and here are your top stories from Two Works for You. This morning, residents in Haskell County are waking up without a hospital for miles. Only the emergency room is remaining open at the Haskell County Community Hospital after its owner filed for bankruptcy. Now officials are considering auctioning the hospital, the license, and the equipment.
A former inmate is holding a press conference today after she says she was raped in the Tulsa County Jail while serving time back in 1997. Now, Pamela Smith is calling on lawmakers to pursue a criminal investigation into the incident that happened nearly 25 years ago.
And early voting starts today for an $110 million school bond in Muskogee. The superintendent says if voters approve the bond, improvements would come to every school. But property taxes will increase if that bond passes.
All right, now let's get a check of today's forecast from meteorologist Clint Boone.
Thank you, Travis and Corey. Grab your jacket this morning. Yeah, finally feeling like fall for us this morning. Temperatures in the 60s. I do think we see some sunshine this afternoon, but temperatures only upper 60s for highs. Looking at your forecast for Friday, we'll start off in the 50s, afternoon highs in the mid-70s. Weekend forecast, chances for a few showers late Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. Sunday, cooler showers in the morning. Next week, fantastic fall weather. Cool mornings Monday and Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Clint. And thank you for tuning in to this digital news update. Keep checking back for updates all throughout the day.
And be sure to join Karen Larson and Mike Brooks tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on Two Works for You.